If you want to hold crypto but you don't know how, in this video, I'll be going over all the different options that you've got. The best wallets, the best way to store your crypto safely, all those things in the easiest and most transparent and understandable way ever. The way I'm making this video is how I'd explain it to my grandma. If I had to send a video to my grandma now to understand how to store her crypto, how to keep it for the longer term, this is what I'd send her. If she spoke English. But make sure, guys, that you press that like button, as I'm going to try my best to make everything with regards to holding your crypto as easy to understand as possible. And so it's not a full-on course or anything, but I'm going to try think of anything that might be useful to you in understanding your different options and choices that you should make. As a basis, we should say there are nearly an infinite amount of ways to store your crypto in a safe manner. There are so many different options. Every single one of them has some advantages and disadvantages, and it's up to you as an individual to choose your best option as we go along. But I'll be giving my, I'd say, almost professional suggestions as a 10-year crypto veteran. But please research every single one of the options a little bit more thoroughly on your own, as I can never fit your exact situation for everybody into one video, but I'm going to try my absolute best. Anyway. Let's start out by saying there are a plethora of ways to store your crypto, and I'm going to subcategorize them. You've got different sorts of wallets, right? A wallet is what you store crypto in. Crypto is this online money, this digital money, and just like how you've got your euros, dollars, or whatever in a bank account, we consider that bank account with a bank account number to basically be a wallet, a crypto wallet. Just like how you have cash money in your wallet, you've got your crypto in a crypto wallet. And the subcategories of where you can have these wallets are on exchanges, meaning the place where you usually buy and sell these cryptocurrencies is called an exchange. Same for a stock market where you'd buy and sell stocks, it's also an exchange. Or where you'd go to send your dollars to get them to euros, it's also an exchange basically. But you can basically store them on there. We're going to go deeper into everything with time. You've got the option to keep it on your phone. I guess that's some sort of software wallet, as it's usually an app that you download either on your computer or on your phone. You can keep it on there. You can send it to there. You've got the option to keep it in a paper wallet. We're really not going to recommend this for anybody, because if you don't know what it is, I wouldn't go for it. We've got web wallets, which are to a certain extent similar to exchanges. It's basically a place, a website you log into where you can store your crypto in a online fashion. And I'm not sure if I've already said it, but you've also got hardware wallets, which are the best form of storage, but also come with a multitude of difficulties, as I've come to understand in my journey of helping so many people set up their crypto in the proper way. So, as a baseline, it is all going to depend on where your crypto is coming from right now. Where did you buy it, and how much money have you got into this space? If it was given to you as a gift, I'd say always discuss with the person who gave it to you where to store it, what they'd recommend. If you're buying it from an ATM, I'd say you're pretty far along to be able to do that because you've already had to make a wallet to be able to store it when buying from an ATM. So you probably know your way around as well. What I'm going to focus on here is somebody, all right, set up an exchange account for you, bought some crypto for you, potentially with your own money. And now you're thinking, should I move it out to somewhere? Is it now? Where is it now? Is it safe? Should I keep it here? That's what I'm focusing on, and as we go further in this video, we'll nuance things a little bit more. As a baseline, exchange wallets are easiest because you can just buy and sell crypto right on the exchange, and there's not really too much of a hassle of keeping your own crypto safe because they basically do it for you. The advantages are, it's very simple because you most likely bought your crypto on there anyway. It is very safe from the perspective that you cannot really make a technical error and all of a sudden all your crypto is lost, or that your computer got hacked and now they've got access to your programs, or you lose your phone or your computer, you didn't back it up properly and now it's gone. And it's convenient because usually the exchange has basically options for most coins you'd like to have. What I mean with that is different wallets also have different capabilities, and some of the wallets you might choose cannot store all these different sorts of cryptocurrencies. What I mean with that is, well, one wallet might only be there for Bitcoin, but cannot accept the second biggest crypto, Ethereum. Or more nuanced, different wallets have different purposes. Like in the real world, you might have a wallet that only accepts cards, right? This little thing here is officially a wallet, but I can't insert cash into there. Not really, at least. Some other wallets, they also accept pennies and whatever in there. Every single wallet is slightly different. And with an exchange, usually that's pretty simple. Anyway, to continue on, I'd personally recommend exchanges for everybody that's not got more than a month's salary in this crypto stuff. And that's not too tech savvy, not too keen on keeping all the responsibility for themselves, and that does not log in too frequently. Why am I saying that? Okay, and what are the disadvantages? Well, I just named some of the advantages. The disadvantages are, the moment that somebody knows your password, they might be able to steal your stuff. The moment something happens to the exchange, it can go bankrupt, it can do something malicious, it can be taken over by the government. You might lose access to your funds because, again, they're keeping it, not officially you. In the crypto space, there are not as many insurances as there are in the normal financial world. So you might also not be properly insured. And so it's basically a double whammy. You can get hacked, the exchange can get hacked, the founders can leave off, but on the contrary, it's the simplest way I can think of. So it's a little bit of middle ground. And the reason I still recommend it for most people is because every other option you can still go for with time. As you start to learn more about this space, you start to understand the plethora of different options that you've got as time progresses. You can start taking it out. You can start to move away from these hot places, and hot and cold being hot is like connected to the internet. Cold meaning your wallet has no connection to the internet whatsoever. But even I've got money on exchanges right now as we speak because, well, I sometimes want to transact quickly. I sometimes want to trade. I sometimes want to buy new coins, and I do that on exchanges. So I keep money on exchanges all the time. Now, the majority of my money is in cold storage, but that's also because I know ways to not lose my money forever. And for the most part, if it's one of these bigger exchanges, a Binance, a Coinbase, a Bybit, I've left links to Bybit and probably a couple of other ones down below. Those are the ones that I personally use, but I don't really feel unsafe with my money. Almost all these exchanges, I've met the CEO, I've sat down, we've talked about finances, and even though you can never know the depths of it, it looks pretty good. But that's the reason I trust them with a portion of my money. But as you get towards multiple months' salaries, I'd really start suggesting to look into different options to store it, even though it is a little bit more cumbersome or difficult. So then we get into these software wallets, and that's, again, already something you can nuance a lot because exchanges, in theory, have also got apps. Are they software wallets? I'd say no. Let's just consider wallets that, even though you might be able to do some sort of swaps in there, you might be able to basically buy and sell in some capacity. The main focus of this app or whatever is to store crypto. And the first one I'm thinking of instantly is MetaMask. You can see this little logo at the top right here, or here's the website if you wanted to know. Another one that's very famous is called Exodus. This is what it looks like. And another one, the name is always at the top, annoyingly, is called Trust Wallet. They all have got themselves slightly different advantages and disadvantages, mostly with regards to which cryptos they allow on there, but the idea is pretty simple. The main differentiator between these software wallets, right, something you download on your computer or phone, and the web ones in comparison, as we're going to talk about a little bit later, or exchanges, is that here you own your own keys. Meaning basically the access to your wallet, it's yours. And the funds on there are officially yours. Nobody can move them away or do anything with them. So there comes that everything is your responsibility now. But it also means that even if you come back in about 100 years from now, that money will not have gone anywhere unless, again, your entire computer or phone got hacked. And there's nobody that can go bankrupt, basically, because you've got the key to your vault, so to speak. The idea there being, whatever happens to the app, whatever happens to anything, you've always got your key. So the entire world can be destroyed, but you could have literally written it down on a piece of paper and still have access to your money. That's the beautiful part about it. The negative part about it is it's slightly more inconvenient to transact crypto on there. It's a slight inconvenience that you've got to take your money off an exchange and put it on there because you can make a mistake with the address. Meaning, if you want to send it from an exchange to a wallet, you have to basically copy the entire wallet address, is what it's called. You can make a mistake in mistyping something, and now your money is lost. It can happen. And another problem is, if you only, for example, have got yourself $30 worth of crypto, to some people that's a lot, but then all of a sudden taking that money out and putting it onto this wallet might cost you $5. It's just not worth it. That's why I said, again, for everybody around the world, a monthly salary is different. But from that point onward, we're talking most of the time about some serious money, some very serious money for a lot of people. And then you might want to start looking into safer and safer options. But below that threshold, I'd say it's just not worth the trouble. which again is my own opinion. Please do your own due diligence and research it for yourself. All three of these I've used. Exodus I mostly use on my computer. Why? It's actually one of the first wallets that I was a really big fan of. It's got support for tons of different cryptos on there, and it works like a charm. I've got access to all your keys, so that's perfect. MetaMask has beautiful and negative sides. The beautiful part is, I think this is the most used wallet out there. The negative part about it is, it does not have support for all the cryptos that you'd want. And this might be a bit difficult to understand for some, but MetaMask is mostly focused on Ethereum and cryptocurrencies that are compatible and in that little ballpark. If that doesn't say anything for you, that's why I'm saying this might not be the wallet for you. Not because it's too difficult to use, but it's slightly more inconvenient when you've got all these restrictions. And Trust Wallet's got, again, a lot of access to a lot of different things, but the main issue there is that they used to be a mostly mobile-focused wallet, whereas Exodus was, first of all, mostly built upon the software for PCs and whatnot. And I didn't like, still don't like, to have crypto on a phone. Perhaps it's different because I'm a crypto figure and you're not, but I'd rather never be in a position where somebody can say, hey, open up that phone and give me your crypto or something like that. And for that reason, I never keep anything crypto related on any phone. You might think, oh, but what if I lose my phone, or what if my computer dies? You can always back all these things up. And actually, it's mandatory. The moment that you start basically setting up these accounts, so the moment you go to Exodus and download it, or to MetaMask and download it, or Trust Wallet and download it, they'll make you go through some steps to make sure you've got it properly backed up. So do not worry about, oh, what if my computer loses itself or whatever. No, it's backed up, because they'll make sure you go through those steps. And if you really don't know how to then use that backup to get your money back, watch a tutorial on YouTube. You'll find it out. All right. The moment you got to that level, you'll find it out. Just keep playing around with it. Don't trust random people on the internet too much, and make sure you check out multiple sources on the internet and YouTube and whatnot. But most of the time, you can just go to Trust Wallet itself, the website, or MetaMask, the website, or Exodus, the website. You'll figure it out, because they've got some sort of support section to be able to help you figure out how to get your money back if for some reason your computer breaks down or whatever. So just straight off the bat here, those are the two most prominent options for most people. So that is on an exchange, because that's just the convenientest way. And then on like a phone or computer, because that's a free way. That's still, in most shape or forms, highly convenient and pretty simple to get into. Now we're going to get into number 3, which is just a little middle section. 3 and 4 here are just middle sections, just jabbing them to you so you know about them, but you're never going to use them. Because why would you? I'll explain. You've got yourself web wallets, which are fully web, and paper wallets. Now, web, as I said earlier, has kind of mingled on with software wallet nowadays, because nowadays you've got to download something. And I'm personally more a fan of downloading something rather than having a web wallet, which would basically mean you go to a website, you go ahead and log in, boom, email, boom, password, and then you've got your crypto on there. And this can be done in 2 ways. They either have control over your keys because you send them the money and they basically keep it for you, or it's just like an online interface basically, but you still are able to export your own keys. And that's where the difference lies between like it being more like a software wallet or it being more like an exchange. But the whole story here being, this is starting to get difficult, and it doesn't matter, because when are you ever going to look into it? Blockchain.com used to be a good example of this, is what they're called, but now they've changed a lot too. This was basically a platform before where you log in, you're able to store your crypto on there, and that's the main purpose. At the start, they didn't have an app. Not sure if they do now. You weren't able to really transact crypto, but that has changed a lot. And right now, you can indeed start to say it's more like an exchange, because you can also buy and sell crypto on there. Or if they've got an app, yeah, it's more like a software wallet. But I'm just not sure why I'd ever use one of those platforms, unless you have very specific needs that require that platform. But, well, this video is no use to you because you're too far along already. And like I said, the number 4 is paper wallets. The long story short is you basically using a piece of paper and putting the data on there to store your crypto. I know it sounds crazy, but it's possible. So you can literally grab a piece of paper, right? And there's a little process for it, which I'm not going to explain. But you write down the key on that piece of paper, or more prominently, you write down 2 keys, your public and your private one, and that's the place where it's going to stay. You know, you've got a little piece of paper, and you've got these specific little paper wallets for it that you can download off the internet to use for it. And you've got these generators basically to make sure you get one. But the idea there being nobody in the world's got access to your key except for you because it's in front of you. The bad side is, well, it's connected to a piece of paper, so what if the paper burns down? And the negative side could also be that you might not be capable enough to find the right generator for these keys, and so somebody on the internet just has access to your funds. Point being, never going to use it, don't care about it, it's just an option, but nobody does this unless you really know what you're doing. So again, to summarize, exchanges are just where you buy and sell crypto most of the time. Most convenient place to store crypto. I do it myself. Anybody that I know does it. Just mostly now for the majority of their crypto as you start to accumulate more and more. Software wallets is where I keep a lot of my crypto as well because it's convenient. You could have it on your phone. I don't recommend it, but most of the time people keep it on some sort of part of their computer. And it's also because this is, again, slightly simpler to transact with than our last option, which is the safest, but it's also fairly safe. The next two options that I said, the web wallets and the paper wallets, you're never really going to need anymore. And the lines have kind of crossed with this web wallet software exchange. Like it's not really a separate category anymore anyway. And now we're going to get into the most prominent category, which is hardware wallets. I've got, I think now, over 50 of these different wallets. Why? Usually I just get them gifted, which is a fun story in and of itself, as I'll describe later. Or I buy them whenever there's a special edition going on. Most of the ones I've got are empty, because I'll explain later. And I've just decided to unpack one of them for you, just to show you what it looks like, all right? What the idea behind it would be and how it works, I'll explain. But it's basically like a USB drive, almost. It's what's called a hardware wallet. I'll show you in a little bit more detail. And I can turn it on in just a second as well. But you can kind of see what it looks like, a little device of sorts. We've got different shapes and different kinds, but just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like. So how does this work? Well, this is, I'd say, the ultimate, or on one, but let's say ultimate form of crypto security. You've got money on these devices. They're called hardware storage, and the reason it's so safe is because you're going to need this device to transact the crypto, meaning, oh, you've got it on your computer with a software wallet. Well, if some hacker comes in, he logs into your computer and he hacks your computer, he can send the money out. With this thing, it's going to need to come into your safe, right? Your bank or whatever you kept this little device, steal that device from you, and then be able to transact the crypto after they also know your passwords. So that means they need to talk to you to know your password, and they need to steal your device. So the barrier there being they need to find you in real life with your device and know your password to be able to transact things. And so that eliminates about 99.9999999% of the cases where people lose money in crypto because of phishing, because of hacks, because of this, that. Phishing being you go to the wrong website and insert your details so they can hack you. In this case here, it can't happen because you need this device. All right, so why is it good? Why is it bad? And a little bit more about how it works. The reason it's good is because it's the ultimate form of security. The reason it's bad is because you are solely responsible for all your money now. If I lose this device, not a problem because you've got the backup. But there's a pretty high barrier to understand exactly how to configure everything with these things, to which I always like to say, well, the moment you buy one, you open it up, you see a good tutorial that explains everything, and usually it does speak for itself. But I speak from experience when I say that most people I set up this crypto stuff for, they can't be bothered to be responsible for a device. That's one thing. Go through all the steps of setting up different accounts on these devices, basically, and having to transact their crypto through multiple confirmations every single time. Again, if you want to sell your crypto now, there are some additional confirmations that you need to do in the form of clicking, basically, because it focuses on safety. Now, the positive is you've got everything under your control. All your funds basically are with you. Nobody can touch it. Nobody can do anything. But that also means, again, if you make a mistake, it's only up to you. Nobody can reverse the decision. If you send the money to the wrong guy, there's no chance of blocking it. If you put in the wrong buttons, there's no way to block it. You've messed up. So you're fully responsible for everything. Whereas with an exchange, sometimes in some instances, it can still be reversed. It could still be blocked. It could still be something because that's a company that has your best interest in mind, so to speak. In this case here, everything's your own responsibility. So to summarize again, if you had to keep crypto for the next 10 years, these type of wallets are the best because you can come back in years from now and the thing's still going to be the same. Your crypto can't have gone anywhere. With an exchange, you might wake up 10 years later and boom, the exchange no longer exists because the founder went to jail. And because of that, he defrauded so many people's money, whatever. Negative side being, it's a higher barrier of entry because, first of all, it costs money. This one, I'm not sure what it costs. Maybe $100 or so. This one might be $50, $60, something like that. And that's a big threshold to some people, because even though it's the ultimate form of safety, if you've only got $20 into crypto, I don't recommend anybody to buy a $60 device. Side note, very important. Don't press any of these links. When you're buying a device like that, don't buy it off of any other website. I've left a link down below for the device, or just go to the official website. Ledger is the ones that I've got in front of me, but there are many different hardware wallets. Don't, however, use any sponsored links. Very careful. If you buy one from Best Buy, you buy one from Amazon, what if they've been tampered with? If your device has been tampered with, they might be able to steal your money. Don't buy it on some crazy discount at some crazy place. Sometimes the official website has discounts. Maybe take a look out for that. Sometimes major companies give them away, or sometimes influencers do. Be on the lookout for that. But make sure it always only comes from the official website. And I'm not sure if there is a way, there probably is, to verify that they're real and authentic and proper. But you can always talk to their support to make sure they can verify for you that your device is completely authentic, good, and cool. But be very careful with that. I decided to quickly check up. They have increased their prices. I believe their cheapest one is now 80 euros, which is insane. Never mind. They've got the discount here. So these ones are, as you can see, discounted by 30%. I was already thinking, why? And this one is, again, 150 minus 30% if you buy this color. To which I'd state, who gives a crap about the color? It's about the safety. Just buy the cheapest one. The difference between this one and this one is this one has Bluetooth capabilities, which, again, in and of itself is less safe than the one that does not have Bluetooth. But for convenience sake, this one can more easier connect with your phone than this one. And I'm not showing you here how to set it up because that's a whole different story. But let me also say this. I have given these hardware wallets to almost anybody that I know. And almost anybody that I know has never packed them out of their little case. Why? Because it's a lot of bother. You know, it's some effort to transfer money, and most people don't care. Again, it's going to depend. If you want to transact crypto every single day, I'd personally say exchanges or some sort of software wallet that allows for these exchange capabilities, like MetaMask, is best, depending on what things you need to transact. Because a hardware wallet, it's cumbersome to pull and push it in and out. It's just a little bit of an extra process because of added safety. If you want to keep your crypto on somewhere for the next decade, hardware wallets are best because they're safest and you don't need to move it every day anyway. If you're a person that checks in on their crypto every month or so, but has only got $100 in it, I'd say exchanges are easiest because of the barrier of entry for all these other options. And with $100, the fees for moving it out could be annoying, especially if you've got 10, 20, 30 different coins. And now you've got to pay fees on every single one of them. Or you got to sell all your coins into Bitcoin or Ethereum, move that over into a new wallet, and then buy all your coins again. A lot of trouble. So in a ranking, safest hardware wallet, all right? Second safest, I'd say, is the, depending, but let's just say software wallets, because you're still in control of your keys. You're still the sole owner of your money. And then afterwards come the exchanges, because they officially have your money now. If they go bankrupt, you might lose your money. If they run away, you lose your money. If you get key logged, meaning somebody put a little thing on your computer or your phone, or they look and they see your password, they might steal your funds. On the opposite side, for ease of use, exchanges are by far the simplest. It all speaks for itself. There's a support there to ask questions to if you ever need help. And, well, it's just everything in one place, basically. It's the place you buy and sell crypto. It's a place you go from a bank account to a crypto, basically, back to a bank account if you wanted to. The negative side is, well, a lot of the crypto parts of decentralized finance you're going to miss out on with an exchange because of the capability restrictions. But then again, because of additional capabilities, software wallets, I'd say, is second simplest because not that much hassle to set up. It's pretty simple. And you've got a lot of features you can go for. And then third is hardware because it's annoying to set up, takes some time, costs money, and also has limited features. But it's the safest. Affordability-wise, exchanges are free, software wallets are free, hardware wallets cost money. My usual saying used to be, if you've got more than $10,000 in crypto, always buy a hardware wallet to store your majority of your funds that you're not transacting with every single day. If you're a trader, I wouldn't even personally bother with a hardware wallet if you're trading with all your money. If you're only trading with part of it, put all the money you're not trading with on a hardware wallet. If you're in a country that has very limited access to exchanges, well, again, it depends on how much money you've got into crypto, but it might be wise to not mess around with the small variety of exchanges that are out there, but just to keep it on a hardware wallet as well. Because the lower rated your exchange is, the more of a chance something goes wrong. Some of the biggest exchanges in the world have gone into some trouble. So from that perspective, hardware can do really well for a lot of people. But like I said at the start, it's a very nuanced issue. There are so many different points that make up whether or not you should go for which wallet. As a baseline, if you want to get a little bit more into crypto, and right now you've got your money on exchanges, you want to get a little bit into it more, just go for a software wallet. Like I said, just go for one of the ones I just mentioned, MetaMask, an Exodus, or a Trust wallet. Try it out for a little bit. You don't even have to send money there yet. Just see how you like it, see how it feels. And at that point, once you've explored that, again, your money is already very safe. Once you've explored it and you understand all the different parts of it, yeah, then decide afterwards. You guys understand what I mean. Anyway, as a complete side note, as a little fun part of this video, I guess, I didn't say that at the start, which is stupid, but I guess, you know, it's most for people that watch to the end. I'll give away one of these hardware devices, obviously not this one that's been opened. I think I'll just contact Ledger to try, you know, or maybe, I'm not sure exactly who I should contact to make sure it's done in the safest way possible to get you guys one, or maybe 3 if it works out. But I'm going to try just go for 1 and then hopefully more. So just let me know down below that you'd like to have one and maybe say something about the video. I don't know. But hopefully as soon as possible, I'll pick somebody from the comment section to receive one. And I should add, don't take suggestions from the comment section too seriously. There are many scammers out there. Normally I'd say, man, if you've got some questions, leave them in the comment section. And sometimes it does work. But there are people who have bad intentions who are trying to steal your money, so they're going to lie to you. Another don't. Any single wallet you set up has some sort of backup. Don't share this backup with anybody. Even if you think it's me, all right? Even if you think I'm texting you, don't share this backup with me, with anybody out there, because at that point, they've got access to your money. If the support of a platform says, hey, write your backup down, you don't do it. I mean, like, write down in the chat, not, of course, on a piece of paper. You should always do that. Another one is if it tells you to write down a backup key on a piece of paper or whatever, you do that. All right. That means don't take these backup steps loosely. Go for the proper backup plans. Me and my friend had a little tussle a while ago. You guys might know him, but we accidentally broke his laptop. Might have been $100,000 on there or something like that on one of his wallets that he didn't back up, which was annoying because the laptop was completely broken. It was a funny story, but also not that funny. Anyway, hopefully that's some sort of simple enough overview to start off with. If you've got questions, you can leave them down below because perhaps I need to create a part 2 or a full-on new tutorial where I dive into things a little bit better. Maybe I didn't explain things well. Could very well be. So just let me know down below. And hopefully I just got to help 1 or 2 people. That's enough for me. I'm not sure why all of a sudden I created a video like this. Usually I just do news. But I thought, hey, you know what? Let's see. Hopefully somebody can use this information. And, well, it's available in my head for free. So I thought, let me just put it out there. Yeah, that's about it. If you want to see more of these crypto videos, guys, make sure you put that notification bell on or perhaps subscribe to the channel if that's something you're interested in. But, of course, you decide for yourself. And perhaps I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today, tomorrow, who knows. And let me know down below what else type of videos you'd like to see or some tips you'd like to hear of. Just let me know down below.